Hello and welcome to part 3, I guess, or whatever. The way home. We are back on our way from southern France to southern Germany, all the way through Switzerland with a quick stop in, how is it called in English? In Geneva? Not the one in Italy, but the one in Switzerland. And for now we have 71 kilometers to go to the supercharger. We've got 46% in the battery of my Model 3 standard range 2021. 71 kilometers to go and we'll arrive with 11%, so that's perfect. Car's already preconditioning the battery as it's really cold outside, 2 degrees Celsius, almost only a bit above freezing. So yeah, let's rip it through the mountainy roads here and get to the supercharger before we head on towards Switzerland with some more charging stops in between. Let's go. You can see the roads here aren't the straightest and the ones where you can drive fastest, like if you're on the Autobahn in a sec. So we gotta drive this kind of road for like, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. But always fun to drive those windy small roads. But I won't be able to film much of that. So see ya at the supercharger. We just arrived at the supercharger and we wanted to check out the other Sisteron supercharger because we've seen that there is one more here, and this actually is a V4, so it's gonna be a really new one. Let's see if this one has a working button. Yes, that's working, but a bit harder to plug in one-handed. Still working, that's great. The payment terminals aren't online. So France doesn't have that. Over there we also got Ionity. That's quite nice. So yeah, pretty much well to spec, and there's some snow here. Big supermarket, so well placed, well located. We're already at 100 kilowatts. I planned our charging stops myself because I know that there are some well-placed ones. The ones we were in the first video on our way here at the rest stop on the side of the highway. That's what we're gonna hit. And we're at 173 kilowatts. V4 really ripping it with my car. V3 weirdly never gets that high power or gives that high power to my car, and I don't know why, because those are basically the same cabinets. So that's weird. And there is also AC chargers over there, I think, because France demands to place them, I think. Great, so let's charge for 20 minutes and then we head out to the next one. We are at 74% state of charge, 70 kilowatts, and it tells us 3 minutes remaining to continue trip, even though it just told us that we could continue. I think we're gonna wait for just a bit longer. We're gonna arrive with 16%, but we got some highway later on. And first a lot of B roads, like canyon roads thingies. So slower driving there, but on the highway we're gonna rip it again, and I want to be able to, so we're gonna wait for those 2 more minutes, and we have some buffer. That's all good, and then we can head out towards Grenoble and Geneva. Trip planner is obviously confused. It tells us we have enough and we still should charge 3 more minutes. We're down to 60 kilowatts. We're not gonna wait longer. We're gonna arrive at almost 20%. That's all fine. Way enough buffer, I would say. Let's unplug. Here we go. And put you in there and hope you stick there. The one over there, I think this one, I just had to put back into his holster because it fell out and was laying on the ground. Or what was that, the one that's broken? That could also be that I was... Nope, that would be 2B, which is right next to us over here. And that was not the ground, definitely. Yeah, whatever. Let's head out. Looking good. That's one piece of driving, and all of that is no highway. So yeah, all those nice mountain roads. Let's get this close up so I know where I need to drive. Looking good. Nice AC charging points over here, and another little charger somewhere back there, but I'm too lazy to go over and film this one, so everyone's just gonna imagine it is there. Alright, looking good. Let's go. That's a part of the road that autopilot can do pretty well. And look at this beautiful view here with all those clouds hanging in the mountains. That's so pretty. And we're going through a village, as always, because there is no highway here, only those mountain roads, and every 5 minutes there's a village, pretty much. That's wild. Yeah, I'm here. Really, really nice street to drive. Love it. Now that's a bit of a contrast. Yesterday we were at the ocean and now there's snow here. And not much, just like tiny bits of snow over there. But let's see if there's more snow coming. We're gonna go up like 400 more meters or so. Will it focus? Yep. So yeah, let's see about that. But let's hope that there's nothing frozen on the street or something, because that would be a bit dangerous, and we don't like dangerous. There is snow. You can see it. Awesome. We are finally back on the first bit of highway, or at least something similar to a highway. And we are down to 43% state of charge, 85 kilometers to go. And the battery is preconditioning for like 6 to 7 kilometers already. So it started at 90-ish kilometers to arrival with the preconditioning. Now there's a long descent, so we're gonna get some of our energy back, and we need lay less to go 80 kilometers an hour. So that's awesome. Yeah, we'll drive for about an hour and then we can charge again. So yeah, let's hope there's not big traffic or something, but I would think it's looking good. After going all the way downhill, we've got an average consumption of -2, which is awesome. But of course now we're going faster and it's not going downhill that much, so we need some more energy, so our average is going up again. But always awesome to see. And here we are, just arriving at the supercharger where we've been already before, and the EV point chargers that we don't use. Let's go back here. Those are a lot of superchargers here, and the camera is so dirty. Why did it say only 4 were available? There are definitely more than 4 available here. How about there are 8 available here? That looks better. And it's disgusting weather outside. Let's plug in real quick to get this boy charging. Still love the V3 stalls. They are, in my opinion, for Tesla drivers, the best solution, the best stall design with the nice sleek cable and the easy good handle. It's not as big as the V2 one and also not as big as the V4 stall one, which is just not handy with one hand. Anyway, we are ramped up to 100 kilowatts already. 9 minutes to continue the trip. I think we're gonna charge a bit more because we want to go to inner city Geneva. Yep. And we want to go into a parking garage somewhere over here. Gonna look that up real quick in a minute. We want to AC charge there for a bit if possible. Then we might be able to skip this supercharger and go to another one a bit above, somewhere around here. But we're gonna see about that. Let's just get this boy charging, run inside, have a look what they got there, find a restroom, and yeah, then plan our trip where we are headed next. We are done exploring that rest stop there, and the car should be enough charged to continue. So let's jump in and have a look where we're going. And there's a friend from Monaco. Nice. Awesome. Let's run in the car. It's freaking cold out here and wet and disgusting. We have got a plan to park and charge in Geneva. We're almost up to 69%, arriving with 31 right now. So let's jump out and unplug. Ugh. Come on. The supercharger is not public yet, sadly. So no charge guide. And also it's disgusting weather. Maybe next time I'm here, I'm gonna come back anyway, so great. Okay, let's start the car, shift in gear, and try not to run over the other Tesla driver. Let's go on the highway. And we're coming up on the border to Switzerland again, in 400 meters, I think. So goodbye France and hello Switzerland. We arrived in the parking garage at 32%, but the charging is kinda not so thought out. The charger is back there behind this car, and only those 2 spots are there for charging, but there are 3 plugs. So we're trying to get this cable from over there back here to my charging port and see how that goes. No charging for us. Those chargers had like type 1 and type 2 cables, so J1772 and type 2 cables attached. So we can't charge there because those are only 2 and those were in use and they have 2 plugs, whatever. So yeah, just parking for us now and walking around the city, and then we head to the supercharger and charge there, whatever. What a disgusting weather out there. We're back in the car and we just planned out our route to my friend's house approximately, and it planned us 2 supercharging stops. The next one in 60 kilometers, gonna be arriving there at 8%, should be working fine. And then maybe in Pratteln again, we'll see about that, because we're gonna rip it in Germany anyway. So let's see if we're gonna do Pratteln and then maybe Herbelsheim or something. We'll see. But first, Bussigny sounds good. Let's get out of this parking garage here. That's so confusing and expensive. And yeah, we wanna leave this. Let's go. We are at about half the distance to the supercharger, and we will be arriving at 5% state of charge. We're at 15 currently, for 25 kilometers. 10%, that seems about right for that kind of weather. It's absolutely disgusting. But yeah, the car drives and I'm sitting here and keeping track of what's happening. And yeah, looking good. We should be arriving with some buffer, so shouldn't be any problem at all. Let's hope that rain stops pretty soon, which it probably won't, because there's huge rain clouds overhead and in front of us as well until we're home. So probably that's gonna be the weather until we arrive at our destinations. I just forgot to film, but at the supercharger is a big Ladestau. So we looked up another charger and we're gonna head there. We're gonna be there with 6% state of charge. It's 1.7 kilometers away at a McDonald's, a 300 kilowatt CCS station, so that's alright. We're just gonna cruise over there, plug in and charge up because we didn't want to wait at the supercharger, and there were like 3 more cars waiting right now, so yeah, not gonna do that. Just gonna hop at another charger, charge up, and then cruise on, because we don't want to wait if we don't have to. Oh, we don't want to drive in a bus lane. Alright, let's go there and plug in and yeah, continue then. Great thing, here we are at Go Fast, 300 kilowatt, I think a Delta charger or something. I'm just gonna authorize real quick and plug in, and then we see what speeds we can get. Battery should be quite warm. We're just down the road from the supercharger, so all good. Quick stupid update. My charging app can't authorize this, but does show the station when I set the filter to only activate with the app, which doesn't make any sense at all to me. When I say only stations with the app, why does it show this and then tell me, no, that doesn't work with the app? That's just not a good user experience. Why would you do this? So we're gonna go back to the supercharger and wait there, because that's our only option. There's nothing else nearby and we only got 6% state of charge. So what the heck? Why? Why do this? And why not make it better? That's just nerve-wracking. It's just pissing me off. I don't get it. NBB, get your app fixed, please. That's not good user experience. Just don't like it. Alright, heavy traffic at the supercharger. We're down to 5% state of charge, but we just got a charging spot. Let's quickly plug in and rescue this poor Type 2 cable. Didn't want to damage you, I'm sorry. Look at how many there are. There's a British guy, behind him a French guy, there's another Swiss guy, and all the stalls of the supercharger, I can't even talk anymore, are full. 14 stalls, max 130 kilowatts, so we're maximum 65 kilowatts per stall because it's a V2 and it's completely packed. Why don't they build more here? And in the whole region there are just not enough superchargers. The next one we are probably gonna hit is either this or that one. I'm not sure which way we're going. I guess this way up. But I'm gonna ask Trip Planner right now. Let's see. Here we wanna go. No, we're sure as heck not gonna charge for 50 minutes here. Are you freaking... Why would Trip Planner do this if it knew that here's a line forming? Why would you do this? That's just so stupid. Why is it not north up? North up. Let's go 82 kilowatts. Okay. What about this one? 250. 12 stalls available. But there's a traffic jam down here. That is also not too good, but also it's just that tiny bit. I think it's not that much more to drive. Let's try this. High usage supercharger station. Yeah, of course. Of course it is. That looks like a better plan. Charge here for 20 minutes. Yeah, we're only getting 50 kilowatts, so we're not gonna be away from here that soon. But we only need like 25-ish%. Then go to this V3, rip it there, and then head home. It's probably the fastest way to do it, because the 82 kilowatt supercharger up here is not the way to go, definitely. That will be a V2, probably grid limited, maybe only a small number of stations. 10 stalls, 82 max. So those 5 guys are getting 82 kilowatts right now, and if another one comes, that's gonna be split to half. Why? No. We're not gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna go here to the V3 and charge up as fast as possible and try to get out of here as fast as possible. But with the 50 kilowatts we get here, we're not gonna be out that fast. That's not the best. And I'm not so sure which public charger on this or this way we could hit and definitely charge it, because maybe it works and maybe it doesn't. I'm gonna have a look at that again, but yeah, we'll see. We are charged up far enough that the car says that we have enough energy to continue a trip, at least for the first time. Let's hope it stays at that decision. Seems like it. Great. Okay, 14% on arrival. That sounds good. Still raining as heck out here. Let's unplug. And I think the line... oh, there is one coming. So let's show him that we are leaving, because there's currently no line there. And he may come over here without blinding us, please. Nice Highland. Or Model S? Nope, Highland. Love it. Great, let's go. Just a quick update to prove the point that the weather won't get better anymore. It's even worse. It's foggy and rainy and disgusting, and what the heck is even going on? Autopilot sees better than me, so that's great. I'm gonna let him drive and monitor everything he does. Very good, we arrived at 13% state of charge. The supercharger is almost empty. V3 only, that's great. Let's plug in. And it smells interesting out there. Contactors already going, ramping up. Love to see it. What can we get here? Hopefully the full 170. Next stop will be, let's see, Kriegstetten and then Kappelgrafenhausen. Sounds like a plan to me. Kriegstetten should be pretty much not just before the border. Only 15%. Only 7 minutes of charging. Okay. If you think so, what do we have around this supercharger then? And what supercharger is this? 150 max, 12 stalls, 8 available, 2 out of order. Right next to a church. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Why would you send us to the V2 there? What else do we have here? That's a V2, that's Pratteln, also V2. Okay, there's no V3 nearby, but I would say we're gonna go to Pratteln then. Then we can charge right before the border. There are more stalls than here in Kriegstetten, which has only 8 available. Out of 12, okay. And this one has 18, also 8 available. 111 kilometers. That's only like 60% or so. That's enough. Let's go there. Then it might be able to change up these. And we might... Yep, that sounds good. We're definitely gonna charge in between there, somewhere. Because after that I gotta get home as well. 25% more. That sounds like something I would do. And then I can also have a quick break. 140 kilowatts, by the way, right now. So that's okay, I guess. It planned us to not charge for too long here, so it didn't precondition too high. But that's okay. I thought about maybe going to here, Herbolzheim, because there's a Burger King right next to it, and at the time when we arrive there I might be hungry, so that would be an option. The Burger King's somewhere back here, I think. Yeah, let's maybe do that. We'll see about it when we're at Pratteln, because that's not that big of a stretch, and there are some more superchargers, but there may be Aachen, but Aachen is only a 6 stall. Offenburg is way too far away from the highway, from the Autobahn, and Karlsruhe is not on the way. Baden-Baden also too far away from the Autobahn. Yeah, I guess we're gonna add this as well, but in another order. Yep, that sounds like a plan. And then I can charge enough. Why do you add Eger King there as well? What the frick? What are you suggesting here? Why would we go to Eger King, then back to Pratteln, then to Herbolzheim? What the I'm gonna do my charge plan myself, because it doesn't do it right. It proved itself to be wrong today multiple times. Such a stupid thing. Yeah, that should work. Sounds good. Sorry for talking 4.5 minutes just about this, but there you go. That's how I plan my routes. We're at 72% state of charge. My car thinks we're gonna be arriving at 26% state of charge. I'm not so sure about that, so I added some more buffer. I'm gonna estimate we're gonna arrive with like 12-ish%, something like that. Let's see who's correct. Anyway, we got enough charge to make it, I would say, because it's still rainy and cold, and my car just needs so much more energy when it's rainy and cold. So I don't think we would make it with 52% or what I thought we would need. Alright, so let's go. We're currently about 80 kilometers into this leg, and it seems like my car was actually right, and we're still arriving with 27% state of charge. We're down to 50, so all good. The rain lifted in between, now it's back again, not that heavy as before, but still not that nice to drive in. But yeah, looking good so far. Times also fit right in, and traffic is just as we're used to in Switzerland, so that's great. We are almost back at the supercharger, and the first thing you see here is of course IKEA, and welcome to Sweden. It says on the bus stop there. Anyway, we're gonna hit that roundabout over there, get overtaken by another Model 3 that's gonna hit the supercharger probably. Yep, I'm pretty sure they do. So yeah, let's hit the supercharger in like a minute, and then get it ripping a bit. We actually have 26% in the battery on arrival, so that's pretty good. Well done car, not so well done me. But we're still gonna charge a bit because we're pretty much at the border to Germany, and you know what that means. And we want to make it to the next supercharger, so we need some juice to get it ripping there. And here we are with actually 25%, and I wanted to point here. They got rid of the trash that was laying around on the floor. That's good. Like to see it, but would also be kind of weird if there was the same trash after like half a week or almost a week. It's now Tuesday, I think. and we were here on Friday. Yep, communicating, looking good. Let's lock this boy. It tells us that we need 10% more to arrive, so we need at least 30% more, maybe even 40% more, so we can rip it in Germany. Let's see, we should get the full 150 that the supercharger can deliver in just a sec, because at the stall next to us there's no one there, and the next car is at the next cabinet, so that's all as it's supposed to be. Yeah, 112, 124, looking good. 137, 144. Yup, nice. So let's charge up for like 20 minutes maybe, or 15, and then head out to Habelsheim. Great, watched just one video on YouTube, and there we go, 94%. Great, let's jump out and unplug, of course. Nope, you're gonna stay here. Ha! Reactions in grabbing a falling Type 2 cable. Awesome. Great. Anyway. About an hour to go to our dinner at Burger King, which is of course healthy, as everyone's used to on our trips. About an hour to go, and my phone wants some juice as well. Nice. Yeah, let's head out and push it to Germany. We crossed the border and there's our favorite sign. So let's go! Bye bye! Love to see it. The car currently thinks we're gonna arrive with 56% state of charge in the battery. I kinda doubt that, but I don't know what gives me the idea that that's not gonna happen. Let's have a quick look at our consumption graph. That's always fun to see. I think I have an idea where we came into Germany and where we left Switzerland. It might be the point where the graph dipped, but I'm not sure. But it's not that bad. We should still be arriving with 50-ish%, maybe a bit below. But I don't think it knows how we're gonna arrive, because I think there will be another de-restricted zone. So let's have some fun in that. But for now, we're just cruising. Just relax and autopilot, because there's not too much going on the streets, so that's pretty good. Just arrived at the supercharger with 45%, so 10 less than anticipated. And we got a V2 here again, so keep your space. We are at 2A, that's 2B, so all good. Let's grab that handle. Oh, that holster is also fixed with tape, and the button's broken. Interesting. Great. We don't care how long we need to charge, because we just want to run over there to the Burger King and get some dinner. Let's hope the supercharger doesn't fill up too much, so we don't have to pay any blocking fees, because from half full you pay some fees. Now there are 7 out of 10 available, so everything is good. And we're ramping up, so that works, so that's great. Let's maybe fully charge. Will take some time anyway. We're gonna eat something and then we come back. We are done eating at the most healthy place in the world, or one of them. Now back over to the supercharger. This car is at around 80-ish%, a bit higher, 80 to 90, something like that. And I think we've got enough to get to our destination and possibly also get me home. Gotta look that up real quick, but I think we charged more than enough longer for me to have enough juice to arrive home with like 20% or so left. This is also one of the first superchargers that we had here that we had here in southern Germany. So that's a pretty old V2 one, but at least upgraded to 150, so that's fine. Let's jump in the car, have a look how far we can make it and how everything works out, and then head out to home. I want to get in my bed. Okay, we've got our plan. We're gonna stop real quick at Bühl rest stop to top up just a bit, so I can get home when I brought my friend home. So that's the plan. Let's unplug this bag from the holster. Pretty good. And then I should be able to get home at 20% ish. I should now be arriving at 12%, so just a quick short top up in 70 kilometers. I can't precondition there sadly, so yeah, gotta get the battery warm, otherwise shortly before, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. We're at 95% right now, so that's all good. And tomorrow Ghost is gonna get a full 100% calibration charge before he doesn't know where he has to be with SOC, because the LFP battery is not that easy to calculate state of charge wise, because the voltage difference between full and empty is not that big. So it's hard to calculate if he doesn't have like calibration points. That's why you should charge your LFP Model 3 once a week fully, so it knows where it's at. Yeah, great. Short info in between. Let's get on the Autobahn. We are at the charger with 69%, so almost no need to charge. And I'm almost arriving home with 20%. It's only a tiny amount that I need to refill. So let's grab that 150 handle. I'm gonna authorize real quick. Working like a charm. Just scanned the QR code and it instantly clicked and started. That's how I like it, if it's not the supercharger. And we're charging. And we're at the 150 port, so, or plug, because this Hike 150 can do 150 on the left and only 75 on the right, for whatever reason. I think it's cable issue, or not even an issue, but yeah. 100 kilowatts, which is fine for that high state of charge. Let's just charge for maximum of 5 minutes, maybe get to 75% or so, and then head on. I just don't want to let my car park with less than 20%, just for to not break the battery or something, because it's gonna get cold and then it's gonna lose percentage and stuff, so just keep it safe. That was quick. We're already at 76% state of charge, and I'm gonna arrive home with 30ish. It recalculated, it seems, so good for me then, or good for us. We can head home even faster. Awesome. Let's rip it. I just brought my friend home, so that's done. Everything worked out as planned. I was there for some more minutes, and now I am also on my way home. My car currently says that I'll be arriving with 40% state of charge, so we definitely wouldn't have had to charge for 2.5 minutes in Bühl at the rest stop, but whatever, doesn't matter, not that bad. Now I have some more buffers, that's alright. I'll be arriving in good half hour, so that's all fine. I'm now at 53%, it's only 32 kilometers, not that far. Yeah, so that's gonna happen, and as soon as I'm home, I hope I remember to give you all the full trip details, and if not, then tomorrow morning. But for now, I'm just gonna drive home, and I'm so happy to get into my bed. That's just great. I just arrived back home. I actually remembered to film my ending here, so props to me for that. We still have 42% in the battery, so that's pretty good. Let's have a quick look at our consumption statistics here from our New Year's trip. That were actually 2,157 kilometers. Damn. I mean, we drove down, we drove around down there, and we drove back up. Only going down and back up again is about 1,600-1,700 kilometers. But that means we also drove 400 kilometers while we were down there, which is fair, as we drove down to the coast and around there to neighboring cities and stuff. You've seen parts of that in previous videos. But yeah, average consumption of 18.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, or 180 watt hours per kilometer, is quite high. But you also have to think that we had a lot of cold weather and a lot of rain and stuff, and I ripped it here in Germany, but that shouldn't be that big of an impact to the whole 2,000 kilometers, those 50-60 kilometers I pushed the car. But yeah, was still pretty good. A lot of fun. Not that much fun with all the chargers. Switzerland needs more superchargers around between Geneva and Bern, in that area. And all of those cities we visited need more high power chargers in a city. If you just go there for like an hour or two to have a look at the city, you want to have a you want to be able to fully charge your car and not only like AC charge it a bit. Of course, that's good as well, but more DC chargers are always good, just to get in the city, get around a bit, fully charge your car while you're there anyway, and then head out on your way again. Just like we tried to do it and weren't able to all the time because of the missing chargers or the chargers that were in use and not available for us to use. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole sum up to the whole trip. Yeah, I would say that's been it with this road trip series. Thank you very much for watching, and see you guys in the next one.